Okay, so question 11 in the 2009 mock exam asked you to dry run an algorithm using a trace table. Now a reminder, step number 1 is you have to identify all the variables that were used in the algorithm. So for example, over here we have in the first line n equals 5, so n is a variable. We can see we've also got h, f, g, and I. As I look through the algorithm to check if there are any other letters, the only one I can see actually is the word output. The rest of the words like else, if, for and next are keywords that we're used to from looking at Visual Basic anyway, so we're pretty sure that these aren't variables. So what do we do with these things now? Well, we use these to construct our trace table. A reminder, you don't have to put these in any particular order, but the variable that's being used is the counter. I like to put on the left hand side, and then my output I'm going to put on the right hand side. Then in between I'm just going to put everything else. N, H, in fact I can make a bit more space than that. Then we use that to construct the table. So the names of the variables are forming the are forming the names of our columns for our trace table. Then all you have to do is work through the algorithm and do exactly what it says. It's not rocket science here. So, line 1, n equals 5. So n equals 5 in that box. Then, if n equals 1 or n equals 2, then h equals 1. Well, we already see n is 5, so the else option has to appear. Else, f equals 1 and g equals 1. Now we get into the loop. For I equals 1 to n minus 2. So I think to myself, okay, n minus 2 is the equivalent of saying 5 minus 2, which tells us that I, which is the counter for the loop, is going to run 3 times. So for I equals 1 to n minus 2, so the first run through of the loop, I is 1, h equals f plus g, 1 plus 1, so h is 2. Next line, f equals g, g is currently 1, so f is 1. Then the next line in the algorithm is g equals h is currently 2, so g becomes 2. Then output h, all on the same line, and h is 2. Next I, in other words, let's go through that loop again. We know that we're going through the loop 3 times, so we haven't finished the loop yet, so we put 2 under the I column. Then we repeat what we just did. H equals f plus g, so 1 plus 2, h becomes 3. F equals g, and g equals h. Output h. Next I, in other words, return to the loop again. For I equals 1 to n minus 2, still meets the criteria, the third run through of the loop. H equals f plus g, 2 plus 3, h becomes 5. F equals g, g is currently 3, so f becomes 3. G equals h is currently 5, so g becomes 5. And output h, which is also 5. Next I. For I equals 1 to n minus 2. Well, we've already hit that criteria. We've run through the loop 3 times. So, end if. Output f. So the next line, output f is 3. And then finally output g, which is 5. So your final answer is 23535 on separate lines, just following through the algorithm and doing as it tells you to do. Nothing simpler than that.